This is the Raw Misfit Show, where two long-term raw vegans explore diet and lifestyle solutions to modern-day health issues. Today's topic, food addiction and emotional eating.
Yeah, there we go, boo. Okay, so that was interesting.
Yes. Am I sideways to you?
Yes, you are. Move your phone.
Sideways. You're sideways to me.
Take your phone. Flip it.
There we go.
And I'm good now?
Yes.
All right. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jeannette, also known as Ms.FitVegan. And I am so sorry that we are late.
My fault. It's my fault. Everybody.
Oh, thank God. I was going to wait for that.
Once again, I tried to do Zoom to YouTube. And again, I don't know. I thought I had it all set up and it wouldn't work. So Jeannette had to save the day.
But you know, we're both screw ups. We're both screw ups. You know why, Matt? I swear on my life. I swear on my fruity life that I fixed my settings, Matt, that you could see us both at the same time. And you can't. You still can't.
What? I had that happen last time. I tried to change that too.
Why?
I did an interview and it still did it.
The only thing we know how to do is eat a healthy raw vegan diet. I swear to God. I swear to God. We don't know how to do anything else, guys. Everything else is just a mess, a complete mess. Also, I want to clear up some rumors real quick before we start, Matt. Is that okay? Because we're on my channel now, so now I can do it.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Guys, I made a joke Okay, hi, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Oh, people are here. What's up, Nick? Jazz, Tessa. Are you the Nick who asked me to marry you the other day? Oh, Nick the Freak. That's his name. So my last name would be Jeannette the Freak. Interesting. Yeah, right? Okay, so basically, guys, I made a joke the other day that I had a wig on. It was a joke. It was a joke. People are asking me nonstop if this is a wig. This is not a wig. Matt asked to borrow it even. Matt, it's not a wig. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we are going to try to provide some value today. We're going to try. I don't know if we're going to succeed. There's another thing I want to address. My mom, well, now it's not on your page, Matt. So my mom might be very, very confused. She's probably calling me now. But she was going to be on. So I decided to wear my shirt that she really hates. And the reason why she hates this shirt so much, she hates when I dress the way I want. I'm almost 40. Can anybody relate out there? Your mom is still mad at you for dressing the way you want, but I need to address this, guys. Mom, Christine, I know you're watching. I'm dressing this way. I'm wearing what I want because for 30 years, I hated myself and my body. And now I want to celebrate it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if anybody has a problem with the way I dress, Mom, then don't watch the show. Don't watch the show.
Can I turn it off now?
Show?
Should I leave then? Yeah.
The show?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I like that outfit. That's very nice.
Thank you so much. I thought it was such a bad joke. I did not get it. Okay, here we go. Guys, just in general, that was a statement for just in general, because she always has a problem with everything I wear and say and do. And, listen, that's why it's not you, boo. You're not doing this show, Mom. Christine, you do your own show and then we'll see how it goes. Okay. Okay. Guys, you can tell I'm in a real mood today. So, let us begin. Matt, thank you so much for being here. Didn't know I was going to host, but I'll step into the role, of course. And I am really excited for two reasons. Number one, we're going to talk about something very, very important to me, which is how to release a food addiction or overeating or emotional eating. And that's very important to me because I suffered from it for many, many years. And it caused me to hate my body. So I never dressed the way I wanted. I never dressed sexy. I never dressed revealing. And I'm sure my mom appreciated that. But guess what? That's not what we're here for. We're not here to hate our bodies. We're here to love our bodies and embrace our bodies and feel beautiful and feel sexy, ladies. And the second reason why I'm really excited is because we are doing a course. And of course, we're going to talk about it right now. So we're doing a brand new course called the Ultimate Raw Transformation Program. And this is one of the most exciting things I've ever done because Honestly, it's my life purpose. I'm here to help people get off processed foods. This is my only skill. Clearly, you can see it's Matt's only skill. He couldn't even get on live for the second week in a row. I just wanted to tell you guys a tiny bit about it. It starts October 30th. It's a 6-week course. And if you'd like, Matt's going to say a few words, and I'm going to leave the link below and in the live chat. I'm going to do that right now. So Matt, can you just do me a big, big favor? And can you just tell them a few more things about the course and what they're going to expect to learn and get out of it?
Yes, definitely. So, I mean, as you guys know, Jeannette and I have both been living this lifestyle since 2011, right? We've gone through the ups and we've gone through the downs. We've learned how to help other people. We've been coaching people for years. And it's just something that I think, there's a need in the community in, just people looking for health freedom, people looking for the truth and people looking for practical knowledge, how to actually make this work in your real life. Because there's a lot of, things out there that people promote, but it's not really practical for most people. So we have put together this course with our 22 plus years of experience. You're going to get all of our, most valuable products that we have, each of us, our ebooks, Jeanette's course, my books. And so it's really a culmination of all the struggle and the learning and the challenges and what works, that we have accumulated over the last more than a decade. So you're going to get our one-on-one / group, it's going to be a group atmosphere, but we're going to work with each person, as much as needed to make sure that they're getting the knowledge and the comfort that they need in order to make this lifestyle last for life. Right. And so that's what we're excited to, join everybody together and just get everybody on the same page on how to get healthy, the truth about health, and, just make it a practical and simple lifestyle so that we can all, focus on other things besides how to eat.
Yes, that was perfect. And honestly, guys, I've joined many programs in my life and masterminds and things like this. I've gone to lots of events, not just in the health industry, but yes, of course, in the health industry, like especially the Woodstock Fruit Festival. But I've gone to a lot of self-development events, and the value, of course, you're going to get all the knowledge. You're going to have direct access to me and Matt 24/7. I know Matt is like, what? 24/7? Yeah, no, I mean, we might not answer. Fuck, can we sleep? But you're going to have our phone number. You can text us anytime. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. And for 6 full weeks. And we're going to have a group chat on WhatsApp, a private group chat. I've never done anything like this before. I don't give out my phone number at all. I don't talk to people on the phone. I'm a snobby vegan. Okay. And so, what was I saying, Matt? Oh, yes. I've gone to lots of events and I've joined masterminds and programs. And the value is not just the knowledge, it's the people you meet. Because guys, your life is determined by your relationships, and it's hard to meet like-minded people. And this is the true value in the course. Honestly, you're going to meet friends for life. You're going to meet maybe your next best friend, your next roommate, your next business partner. You're going to meet your next accountability partner, because me and Matt are going to be your accountability partner for 6 weeks. But then after that, I'm going to pair you up with somebody in the group for life. Whether they like it or not, they're stuck with your ass for life and you're stuck with them. So God help you guys. Oh no, Awa is not trying to make it all about her. You see what happens when you become successful, Matt? Your friends get jealous and then they try to make it about them. Okay, so let's begin the show. The show is very important to me. Matt was going to host. Should we pretend that you're the host, Matt? Should we?
Yeah, I can host.
Yeah.
I feel like you are the expert in this field, so
I am.
Yeah, maybe you better take the lead.
Okay, thank you. I just wasn't mentally prepared, but I stay ready, so I don't have to get ready. So everything is fine. Okay, so guys, we are going to get into the topic at hand. The topic is how to break free from emotional eating and a food addiction. I am an expert at this. I have a lot of notes that I currently cannot find. But the reason that I feel so strongly about this is because I was an addict, and we are all addicts. We are all addicts. It's just that some addictions are more socially acceptable than others. Okay. And food, processed food, is one of the most commonly used addictions, right? It's one of the most common addictions on earth. And I know for a fact that I was born to inspire people to eat more fruit and veggies, because if I wasn't eating an abundance of fruit and veggies, guys, I would be dead, or I would be in jail, or I would be, I don't know what. I would be a drug addict. I would be an alcoholic. I would be 500 pounds. Seriously, the raw food diet saved my life. And I said, I made a pact with God, or fruit. I made a pact with fruit. And I said that I was going to, if it healed me, if it helped me with my food addiction, I was going to tell everybody about it. So I have to do that now with my life. And I'm grateful and honored. You know, I was blessed with this knowledge to be a blessing for others. And so were you. You're watching this for a reason. There's a reason you're here. So, okay. Awa and Matt, can you guys stop flirting in the chat? No, I'm serious. No.
Sorry. Can't help
no. Okay, I do have lots of questions people ask, but we're going to get into it. So I want to talk about the ways that I have so many notes, Matt. It's crazy. Do you want to say anything before we start about food addiction? What is your experience with it? Did you have a food addiction? Do you know anybody that did? Did you ever deal with emotional eating or overeating or weight issues because of it?
Yeah, so I did. I think, like Jeannette said, everybody really in this society has an eating disorder. It might not look like the typical stereotypical eating disorder that everybody thinks of. But, I was definitely addicted to processed foods. I would eat them every single day. And it wasn't necessarily that, and maybe if I thought about this a little, longer, I could think of some exact examples, but I did. I think mine was mostly based on miseducation, though. I was obsessed with protein and calcium. And so whether it was from processed food or from, fruits and vegetables, but I hardly ever ate fruits and vegetables. So I was eating, just animal products and processed foods. And I was just concerned about protein and building muscle and things like that. But yeah, it did lead to me gaining excess fat and weight. And I was never able to exercise it off. I was always kind of pudgy. My weight would fluctuate a lot. And so sometimes I would kind of slim down and then I would get, chubby again. So, but it was mostly in my face and around my waist. And so, yeah, but it wasn't until I got into this lifestyle that I realized just how disordered my eating was and just how disordered my thinking was around food. And it wasn't until I switched over to this lifestyle that I was able to pretty much effortlessly get down to my ideal body weight and body size and get rid of the excess fat and that sort of thing. So that's my experience. And I do have people close to me that also have struggled with food addiction and emotional eating. So I do have a little bit of that experience as well.
Yes. Some people say I've been attacked online, for saying that I had a food addiction. Some people say there's no such thing. And that's their opinion. And that, okay, do you, boo? You're entitled to your opinion, just like your asshole. You are entitled to have one. But I know what I experienced. I know that I was addicted to food, and it doesn't matter. Every addiction is simply just a coping mechanism. Okay. And it doesn't matter the coping mechanism. It all stems from shoving down emotions that you don't want to deal with. Food is the number one most socially acceptable substance to help us with our emotions. Now, I wrote a lot of notes. Oh my goodness. I should just write a book, Matt, on this, but I'm going to read my notes. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Wow. We're going to go deep, guys, because, all right, don't want you to feel overwhelmed overwhelmed either, because what is going on in this chat, Matt? It's so distracting. Does Awa have a crush on Matt? Tessa, the heart was for both of them. I'm proud of them. Yeah, right. No, Awa is so cute. Matt, have you heard of StreamYard? I've seen other live streams do that. Matt has not heard of that. No, Matt doesn't know what that is, right?
No.
StreamYard? No.
No, I don't know what that is.
Of course, I was just kidding. Okay. Back to the subject at hand. Sorry, guys. So all addictions without exception share. Oh, this is good. Matt, I was writing last night, all night. We are all addicts, right? It's just some addictions are more socially acceptable. Now, all addicts without exception, guys, I'm saying this because this is real and this is what I felt and this is what I know in my heart. Okay. I'm an addict and that's why I have to stay disciplined. That's why I have to stay on the path of health. Okay. Because I can easily be addicted to junk food, processed food, alcohol, weed, all the things. That's why I cannot partake in them. And all addicts without exception share the feeling of loneliness. Did you guys know that? Because addiction is a lonely place. Nobody's happy in an addiction, in an addictive state. Okay. And the emotional conditions that create the need for relief that the substance, on top of loneliness is more important than focusing on the addiction itself. If you want to heal your food addiction, we're going to have to go to the root, unfortunately. And it's like cancer. You can treat the tumor, but the tumor is not the problem. Okay. The problem is the cause of the tumor, not the tumor itself. This is horrible. I know nobody wants to face it. That's why, it took me a very long time to heal. I was a raw vegan, still emotionally eating. It's hard for me to talk because I can't hear myself. I was a raw vegan, still overeating, guys. And yes, you can still overeat on a raw vegan diet. Did you know that, Matt?
I did. Yeah. I see it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, people don't believe me, but yeah, you can you're not going to be, I lost lots of weight and you're not going to be super obese. No, but you're going to be miserable inside because you're not dealing with something. And I have a great analogy. Wait till you hear this. It's crazy, guys. So anyway, if you focus on the food, okay, if you focus on the food as if it's the cause, you're never going to solve the addiction. You simply replace one addiction for a different one. I should know. Okay. Now, if you're dealing with some type of addiction, and most of us are, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Awareness is the start of the healing process. Awareness, just being aware, is the start of the healing process. Just listening to us and being here, it's for a reason. Whoever is watching this, the universe has you watching this for a reason. Maybe it's you that needs to hear this. Maybe it's someone in your life that needs this message. Okay. And so you are meant to start the healing process, and just becoming aware of your feelings that's part of it. Okay. So unless you deal with the underlying wounding, there is nothing you can do to stop having a form of addiction. Now, where is it? Oh, here we go. Matt, this is so fucking good. Okay. This is a very helpful analogy for me. This is not going to be a funny episode, Matt. So just, you can stop. Stop your smiling. No, this is serious stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. No, really, guys, this is like very, very difficult to talk about. Here we go. But this is a great analogy, Matt. So I want you guys to imagine that somebody is stuck in a very deep hole. Okay. Imagine somebody stuck in a very, very, very deep hole, and they believe that it's not possible to get out of that hole. Okay. And an addiction, and I heard this from Teal Swan, and I'll leave a video below in the comments below, a video that really helped me. Okay. An addiction is like wings that you attach to the person temporarily to help them fly up out of the hole, but they can't go sideways. They can't go left. They can't go right. Okay. Instead, these wings just allow them to hover right outside the hole for as long as the person is feeling relief from that addiction and engaged in the addictive behavior. But then they go right back into the hole once they're not eating anymore, once they're not smoking anymore, once they're not drunk anymore. Okay. And addiction is a self-administered pain medication. And we're going to talk about 3 ways. I'm going to say 3 ways to release your food addiction that are emotional ways. And Matt is going to give you practical ways, because there's 2 sides of the coin. You can't have the stuff in your house, which I hope one of Matt's is to get it out of your house, to get the food out of your house. I hope that's one of them.
We'll see. I don't know.
Last thing I want to read, Matt, before I let you talk. I just wrote so many notes, but I feel that a lot of it, every single addiction, of course, we just said it, it's a coping mechanism, okay? And it provides relief from stress, from anxiety, from fear, from loneliness. We the video is called How to Let Go of a Coping Mechanism, How to Let Go of a Coping Mechanism by Teal Swan. And she said, addiction is a way to mitigate the pain you might be feeling in your life. And I believe that all of us are dealing with this pain of not feeling good enough. That's it. That's it. It all boils down to that. We don't feel that we are good enough. Now, some people are working on themselves in therapy. Some people are healing themselves. Some people are journaling and writing and finding healthy addictions, because you can have healthy addictions, yoga, meditation. But then again, Matt, if it becomes an addiction, it's like those wings that are just trying to get us out of that hole, and we're never going to heal. And yes, you can be addicted to working out. Yeah, you can be addicted to meditating. I know somebody that his phone is always off because he's always addicted to meditating, and he can't be successful because he's always fucking meditating. But it's just like, and he, and like, whatever. So one of these hippies from Woodstock. But anyway, so yes, Boo, let's start finally. Obviously, guys, this is a little hard for me to discuss because I have real life. This is real life for me, and it took me a very long time. It took me like literally 35 fucking years to face it. I was raw vegan with a food addiction, but thank God I switched over to fruit and veggies, but still was using food to comfort myself and deal with that pain. So, Matt, finally, what is one way that people can practically help them deal with emotional eating or a food addiction to processed food?
All right. Now, to start off, I just also want to add to what Jeannette said just a little bit. And, food addiction is one of those things. The reason why some people don't believe it's an actual thing is because it's kind of similar to alcoholism or just alcohol in general. It's a socially acceptable activity, right? So eating food that does not support us in any way is taught to us from childhood, right? So we're given candy and cake and cookies and all these things as rewards as children, and as we grow up, it's just more junk food, pizza and beer and wings and all these things that everybody just looks at as food. These things aren't even actually food, but we are eating them as if they were food because that is just what our environment is, right? And so it's hard to see that you have an issue if you're not even aware that it's an issue. All right. So, that's the first thing I just want to say. And that's why it's difficult for some people to understand, the reality of food addiction and, how that can lead to emotional overeating and issues with food. So that would be my first practical, that would lead into my first practical tip for dealing with this issue. Like Jeannette said, get it out of your house. The point is change your environment. All right. Change your environment, because the environment you're in is going to dictate how you see the world, how you see life, essentially. So if you are surrounded in your house by, foods that aren't serving your highest good, then you're going to naturally just eat those things. If you're in, is it Chef AJ that says if it's in your house, it's in your mouth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
So you got to get that out, but also it's not just getting the food out. That is a very important step, but also if you have deep rooted emotional ties to eating, in a way like binging or just eating junk food to soothe yourself, change your environment, go outside, because the body recognizes the environment that we're in. And when you get outside, you get into the sunlight, you get into the fresh air, your body recognizes that you are in a much more, a much healthier environment than you are indoors. When you're indoors, you're out of the elements, you're out of our natural environment, you're under a certain level of stress that you might not even realize. So when you go outside, that's why people feel better when they spend time in nature, because the body starts to sense the environment that it's in, and it starts to balance hormones. It starts to, your digestive system gets, smoother. Your thoughts get healthier. You're more joyful, right? So you're just really putting the body into a better environment to balance itself out and find homeostasis and just kind of release stress, because stress is a big underlying factor to, emotional eating. And so you get out into nature, even if it's just like a 5-minute walk, and that can really start to reset your thinking and just how you're feeling, and kind of relieve some of that stress that might be getting you, thinking that you want to binge on something. So that would be my first tip, is to, one, change the environment in your home, get rid of the junk food that you don't want to eat. But also, if you're still having issues with wanting to eat things that you shouldn't, go outside for a walk, even if it's 5 minutes, and just get into that type of environment.
Man, I wish that I had this show 20 years ago, because I suffered, guys, really bad, really, really bad, until I was 26, really bad. I would have rather died than continued living my life, because let me just tell you guys what I did. Around the age of like 12, 13, that's when I started binging on food and using food as my, emotional medication. Okay. I started using food as medication for me. And, I would eat healthy all day long, because I was always healthy to everyone else. I had a juicer. I bought a juicer when I was 14, and, I was always like the healthiest person to people, but, that was during the day. Okay. And then at night I would get home and I would eat dinner, and then I wouldn't stop eating. And then I would literally eat until I couldn't eat anymore. I would go to sleep, and in the middle of the night I would wake up and eat more until I literally had to throw up. Okay. And this would happen every day for 10 years more, from the age of 12 to the age of 25, or 26. Yeah. And it still happened though at 26. That's when I went raw, when I was 26. And it still happened with dates and cashew butter and cacao and fruit. Yeah. It's interesting, Matt, because you can absolutely overeat on fruit. It's not as detrimental to the human body because it is our species specific food. So yeah, you will just get really bloated and very uncomfortable, but it's lots of water, so like it's not the same. It doesn't do the damage that these cakes and cookies and M&Ms and Snickers and ice cream do. And I was suffering bad. I was overweight. I had severe acne. I had migraines. I had chronic fatigue. I was severely depressed, and raw food doesn't do that to you. And so I was, technically, guys, when I went raw, I was like, oh my God, I found the solution to my food addiction. Oh my God, like, oh, amazing. And in a way, Matt, it was the solution, but no. The universe put me in touch with this woman named Awa of World Art. And she, so annoying. She helped me understand that just because you eat fruit and veggies doesn't mean you're going to be healthy. And this is what we're going to explore in our course, because there's a holistic wheel of things that need to happen for health. And guys, if you are watching this and you are dealing with a food addiction, I really, really want to help you. So please check out our course. The link is in the chat. I'll leave the link in the comments below. It's not free. It's not free because listen, value is not free. Nothing worth it is free in life. But if you can't afford the course, please still reach out to me because I want to help you, because I know what you're dealing with. I know what you're going through. And you don't have to live like that, boo. You don't have to suffer. You were not born to suffer. You were born to be beautiful and sexy and thrive and feel good and live the life of your dreams and do what you love and do something to contribute to this world in a good way, make a difference and help others. That's what you were born for. And I know, how do I know this? How do I know you have greatness in you? Because you are from the Creator. And so he wouldn't have created you if you were not fucking phenomenal. So let's not make it is Sunday, Matt. Let's not bring them to church, but let me try to say one of mine. Okay, here we go. I just want to tell you guys a little bit of my story. Number one, 3 ways to release a food addiction. Number one is to, and Awa, I'm so glad you're here because you're the reason I have to admit these things are true. Look at the root cause. Look at the root cause and find healthy ways to fulfill your needs. Very difficult, guys. They don't teach us this stuff in school. No. For example, okay, so if food makes you feel less stressed, which I would say is probably the number one thing that people eat for, if you have a food addiction, if you're binging, if you're using food to soothe yourself and deal with life, right? Because life is hard as fuck. Life is hard as fuck. Okay, like I'm not here to say that it's not. I'm here to say that there's a way to deal with it other than addiction. So this is a great show if you're an alcoholic too, or if you're smoking weed, or anything you're doing that is an addiction. Okay, it's covering up a root issue, and I need you to. Here's your first step: write a list of the emotions you feel before you binge, before you eat, before you ruin your diet. Because I know exactly what's going on with you. If you have a food addiction and you're binging and you're overeating, I know what's going on. You're eating healthy for breakfast. You're probably eating healthy for lunch. And then right before dinner or right after dinner, you fucking have one M&M and that's it. That's the end of the whole diet. You'll start next Monday. You'll start January 1st. Okay. And I did this for years, from 12 to 25, even after 25, when I became raw, 26. So I know what you're dealing with, but, listen, Matt said it great. Get the food out of your house. You won't have the M&Ms in your house, but that's just one step because you can always buy them. Okay. I know a fruitarian that she has a food addiction and she doesn't want to face it. And I lived with her for a while, and she would just, when she felt the loneliness or the depression or the root issues, she would go to the store and buy a bunch of vegan processed food. And she was fruitarian, guys. We didn't have that in the house, but she would buy it and she would eat it, and she wouldn't understand, why does she do this? She's raw vegan. She knows what to eat and what not to eat. Why is she doing this? It's because she didn't want to deal with the root cause. So write a list of all your emotions that you feel before binging, all your really uncomfortable emotions. It's very uncomfortable. If it wasn't uncomfortable, we'd already be doing it. Okay. And I want you to write a list of the ways you can comfort yourself to feel the relief that food gives you. For example, if food makes you feel less stressed, what are some other ways that you can feel less stressed? I had to figure out that yoga saved my life. Okay. Yoga really helped me with my food addiction. It helps me to get into my body, feel less stressed, connect to my breath, breathe, like get into the moment and breathe and realize that I can handle this. I can handle the craving, because in the beginning, it's not easy. Okay. You're going to have, it's physiological. And Matt is a nerdy scientist. He can tell you about how that works in the body with his glutamate or whatever, Gatorade. Okay. Dancing, journaling, nature. I wish I knew. Well, now I know, but I wish I knew back then. Getting outside. That is so key to my health. Getting outside. Because, we all work from home. Like I do. I work from home. A lot of us work from home. And like, we need to change environments. Your environment is everything. Oh, Matt, if we have time later, I really want to tell us a story about environment. Just remind me, maybe. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I wrote down start a podcast. I guess this is very personal, but you can start a podcast to help you deal with stress and help you express yourself. Sing, whatever it is, please write it down. This is the first step, guys. Okay. So that's my number one tip. Look at the root cause and find healthy ways to deal and fulfill with your needs, healthy ways to deal with the emotions and to fulfill your needs. Because Awa taught me, if you don't fulfill your needs, well, you have to fulfill your needs. You're going to find a way. And it might be a healthy way or it might not be a healthy way, but you're going to find a way. Okay, Matt, I let you talk now.
All right. Yeah, no, that's great. All right. Second practical tip that you can do to help you with, lessening the chance that you're going to, be tempted to start eating things that you don't want to eat. If it's still in your house, again, got to get it out. But you want to make sure that you are not letting yourself get too hungry, right? And you want to make sure that you have, so a great way to keep yourself on track with eating foods that you're going to, nourish yourself with and you're not going to cause harm. have your batch prep your meals so that you always have your meal ready, because a lot of people run into the issue where they don't want to take the time to make something that's healthy, right? So they'll go to something else that's so much faster and more convenient to eat. But if you have your meals for the whole day, prepared, even if it's just your dinner meal, because, lunch, if you just have a smoothie or, some fruit or something, same with, breakfast and lunch. But when it comes to dinner, that's where most people run into these issues where they start having the stress of the day and, other issues that come up that start to give them that anxiety and just want to go to soothe themselves with food. And they don't have anything that's quick and just ready to eat. So if you have a meal prepared that you can just grab right out of the fridge or off the counter or whatever it is, that is a great way to help you avoid falling into the trap of, just going with whatever is convenient. You got to make it convenient, right? Most people are always going to go with what's most convenient. And so you have to set your environment up again so that the healthy way is the convenient way. And so if you can, make some meals ahead of time, you're going to always have that option to go grab that healthy thing. And that's going to, be one way that you can avoid falling into that trap.
Oh, so good, Matt. So good. Yeah, I was going to say I'm getting distracted by what you said and what's in the chat. What you said, I want to comment on. That's really powerful. That's really good. That's really, really good, guys. That's seriously, the best practical tip that I could give you, because when in the beginning of my recovery from a food addiction from processed foods, I used to always have bananas always in the freezer. I could not be raw vegan if I didn't have frozen bananas in the freezer, because I was addicted to ice cream. Ice cream was my everything. Okay. That was my drug of choice. And so I made mint chip raw vegan ice cream every single day for years. That's the only way I stayed raw. Okay. I didn't go straight from eating McDonald's and processed Breyer's ice cream and M&Ms straight to eating a mono meal of grapes. No, I made raw vegan Snickers. I made the raw vegan lasagna. I made all the things that we're going to give you the recipes to in the course. We're going to give you hundreds. Matt, if you could estimate how many recipes people are going to get, can you possibly estimate how many healthy raw vegan recipes we're going to give people?
Wow. I mean, I don't want to overstate it, but I mean, it's probably close to 300.
I was going to say 500.
Yeah, maybe.
You know why? Because my book alone has 100.
Yep.
And then there's 75 in your book.
Yep.
There's already 200. And then I'm giving them 4 more books of mine. Lots of books of yours. I feel like it's around 500. We'll make Sherry count. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah,
she likes doing that stuff. And so, okay. So, I have all these recipes of all these things I used to make to get off my food addiction. Cause what I found was that if I had stuff prepared, if I had raw vegan Snicker bars prepared, I might eat them all, which happened many times, but hey, it was raw vegan. Okay. So I was making progress, and small steps over years is better than no steps over 10,000 lifetimes. Also, Awa, she said something really good. She says, if you don't fulfill your needs consciously, you will subconsciously. And guess what? I was going to say, Awa, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So many people, Matt, tell me, because I've been working with people since 2017. That's when I started coaching, because I was raw vegan for 6 years, and I was feeling really confident and comfortable in the diet and my knowledge. And so I started writing my books and coaching people in 2017, and I started my YouTube. And people that I work with, they're just but Jeannette, you don't understand. I can't stop eating it. I can't resist it. The donuts at work, the vegan ice cream, it's in the store. I can't not buy it. Guys, it's not your fate. No, it's just it's an unconscious thing that we have to make conscious. You don't believe that you can do it. And that is what our course is about. Our course is of course, it's about the knowledge that we have gained over the last, 11 years. Yeah, that helps to know what to do and to know how to eat and to know how to shop and how to make these amazing dressings and these really satisfying, amazing desserts. But the real issue is that you don't believe that you can do it, and you don't believe you're good enough to do it, and you don't believe you deserve the body and the health and the life that you want. And that's what I'm going to fucking fix, boo. That's what I'm going to fix, because your ass is lying to yourself. You were born for a reason. You are here for a reason, boo, and nobody is you. And I'm going to help you fulfill your destiny, which is to be a fucking goddess, or I don't think there's any guys in our course. I was going to say, or king, but a beautiful, sexy, amazing, healthy, positive, vibrant, passionate, beautiful queen. That is my specialty. That is what I'm here for, to inspire you to do that and to make you do it, because you're not going to waste my time. You're not going to come out of this course the same. You're not going to waste my time. So don't even think about it. Don't even think about checking out the course or signing up if you don't want a real change in your life. Okay. Like Awa will tell you, that's my best friend. She's in the next room. I wish so bad, Matt, that I could just go in the room, but I will get kicked out of my house. Like she will literally disown me. But I wish I can go in there and be like, what's up, Awa? Are you on the show now? Just surprise her. But anyway, the point is, Awa will tell you that this is my life purpose. I'll do this 24/7 to make sure. I will do whatever it takes to make sure that that I start to brainwash you and that you can do this. It is not that hard. And you are unconsciously believing lies that you can't, your will is not stronger than the will of a vegan donut. Get the fuck out of here. You've been through so much worse. You've been through so many hard things in your life. You can absolutely eat some ice cream instead of a donut. You can absolutely choose some amazing, delicious fruit instead of a Snickers bar. Absolutely. You're giving up too easily. Matt's just going to let me talk forever. Matt, please interrupt me, because I'll never stop. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is valuable.
I will never stop. Okay, let me say the number 2. Your number 2 is really good. Yep. Change environments. And also, have meal prep. So key. And guys, you don't even have to go crazy with it. Free some bananas. Have some frozen bananas in your house. That's a meal prep in a raw vegan's life. Wash your grapes. As soon as you get home from the store, Nate, when I stayed with Nate and Lissa, Raw Food Romance and Raw Natty Nate, Matt, I was raw vegan for 10 years. And then I stayed with them. And then I learned that the best way is to, as soon as you get home, wash all the grapes, take them off the stem and put them in Tupperware. And they're in the fridge, just ready to, I never did this before. I still don't do it, but I think about it all the time. Like literally they have everything ready to go.
Wow.
Nate is just, he's ready. Everything's ready to go. And so when they're craving something, it's ready, boo. Because who wants to wash a bunch of shit? And it's so easy to open up a bag of chips. Okay. So there you go. Number 2 of the ways to release a food addiction is start expressing and sharing how you feel. Oh, it's so horrible. Oh, God. Guys, this is hard work, but you can do hard things. So what's the deal, boo? I say it all the time now, Matt. I say it all the time. Choose your hard. Okay. This is one of my mantras. It's hard to be overweight. It's hard to have acne. It's hard to be sick. It's hard to be addicted to something. It's hard to be depressed. It's hard to lie to yourself all the time, saying I'm going to stick to this diet and then fucking fall off 2 hours later. That's hard.
Yeah.
But you know what's also hard? Yeah. Expressing yourself and sharing how you feel. Oh, it's so hard. So not all of us, but a lot of addicts use their substances of choice to deal with not standing up for themselves. That's what I did. And I still do it, but I'm getting better. I'm learning. They abuse a substance instead of setting their boundaries. Boundaries, standing up for yourself, sharing how you feel. It's very, very difficult because we are not taught this. In fact, we're taught the opposite. We're taught to be quiet, to sit down, children should speak only when spoken to. We're taught that we don't matter. Our feelings aren't valid. And that's another thing, Awa. I wish so bad that Awa would be on this show, because she taught me that all of my feelings are valid. I didn't know that. I thought my feelings were only valid if the other person felt them too, or if they were acceptable, socially acceptable, or whatever it is, right? So everything in life is reps, guys. So The only reason it's hard for you to express yourself and say how you feel and stand up for yourself and stand up for the little child in you is because you're not familiar with it yet. Everything is reps. It's not familiar, but it can become familiar. Okay. Just like raw foods will become familiar. It will become familiar for you to, instead of eat chips, eat some grapes. Last night, my friend was over. We were having a little girl time, whatever. She was telling a story because whatever, I don't have to get into it. I was watching. She's going to laugh. But anyway, my friend was telling a story and I needed something. I grabbed my grapes. You don't have to eat popcorn or chips. You can make it familiar to eat grapes. And yeah, it was late at night, so it's not ideal. But hey, come on. Can I live a little? Okay. Everything is life in reps. Okay. If you are not used to telling people how you feel and what bothers you, it will be very, very scary and awful. And it will feel, I remember standing up for myself a few years ago. I just started this a few years ago, guys. And I called Awa and I had to stand up for myself with my old roommate because she was eating my fruit. Oh God, I hope she doesn't watch this. Fuck it. Though. I have to be honest with you guys. She was eating my fruit and she wasn't buying fruit. And I had to take Ubers because I didn't drive. Anyway, long story short is I was so scared to ask her to please not or just ask me. Cause if I'm at the store, I always call her and she said she didn't want anything, but then I brought it home and she started eating. So it's like, and I was crying. I remember crying on the balcony, hysterically. And I was just like, Jeannette, you can do this. You've been through so much worse things. And I was shaking and I was so scared, but I actually did it. I actually told my roommate. And guess what happened, guys? She apologized. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that, I was going to give you the money for it. And I was like, yeah, but it's not about the money. I spent a lot of money getting an Uber to go get this fruit. And I don't like to eat just apples, bananas, and grapes. I like exotic fruit. So I can't just go to the store. I like to, I like the exotic stuff. So anyway, long story short, guys, is it was very hard for me, but I did it. And you have to do it. And you have to do it scared. You're going to be scared. It's going to be horrible. Let me just finish reading this, Matt. I should just do this show alone. I know.
This is a math class.
Matt, this is important stuff. Okay, here we go. Addicts tend to be people pleasers and they do not want to hurt anyone's feelings. But the truth is sometimes our truth is going to hurt other people's feelings. That's the damn truth. That's the damn truth. I still remember when tell them the story. I would have rather died than told my roommate to please not eat my fruit. I would have rather died. She did it for months, by the way, guys. She did it for months until finally I was just like, this is not fair. And I called Awa crying and thank God I have a friend like Awa because somebody else would be like, what's wrong with you, Jeannette? It's so easy to tell somebody how you feel. No, it's not. No, it's not for somebody that has been pushing down their emotions their whole life and being a people pleaser. And, no one teaches us how to do these things. Standing up, for the inner hurt child is the way you heal. They don't teach us this stuff. So, wrote lots more, Matt, but I think I can end it here. Most of us subconsciously learn that if we express how we feel, it might hurt other people's feelings. I said that already. Oh, and then we won't be loved. Right. That's what it is. Because we all want to be loved. We just want to love and be loved. Everyone. So please take that with you as you go throughout today. Just see everybody as a child that wants to be loved and wants to give love. And some of us have never, ever, ever learned at all how to do it. And some are better than others. But, if we feel like we're in jeopardy of not being loved, then we won't say or do anything to hurt anybody's feelings. But what about our feelings? Okay. Instead, we use addiction to deal with that, but that's hurting us and we matter too. Sorry, Matt, that was a little bit of a tangent, but this is very important to me because this was really hard for me to deal with and break free from. So that's number 2. Oh God.
Perfect. That was perfect. Okay. So this is my number 3. So this is tough because I too have, a few things that I could easily put in this 3rd spot. I'm not going to use this one, but you guys know that I've always talked about, changing your definition of food. So when I would go to the gym in the past and I would see people having pizza on Fridays, pizza party Fridays, after they had been working, to lose weight and get healthy in the gym. And then they would just stuff themselves with pizza and bagels and all these things, because they see that as food. And if you change your definition of food, it no longer becomes a temptation for you. And you can break that addiction by, just redefining. And it takes work. it takes work to redefine what food is in your subconscious mind. So that's just one thing you guys have heard me talk about in the past. But I want to use one that I was actually discussing this with somebody I know who has experience with, emotional eating and food addiction. And they said that chewing their food, being conscious about when you're eating, if you can focus on chewing 40 times per bite, you don't have to do this forever, but this is just going to break the neural pathway that has formed with you stuffing yourself, just feeling like you can just stuff yourself with food. If you chew just for like 3 weeks, for 3 weeks, commit to every bite, you're going to chew 40 times. All right. So that's going to break the cycle of you just shoving food down your mouth. 2, it's going to make you present with your food. It's going to allow you to connect with the food, and you're not going to, be, distracted and just eating while you're distracted. It's going to help you be more present. And it's also going to help improve with digestion and satiety. So you're going to feel more satisfied with what you're eating. And yes, you may still, after you finish eating, you may still have that urge to, continue eating. But after you eat the meal, you can also just take 20 minutes. Just decide you're going to take 20 minutes. You're going to, go read a book or something. And if you still have the desire to continue eating, then, again, if you got to have food that's ready and available. So like Jeannette said, have some grapes that have already been washed, have some strawberries, or have some frozen bananas for an ice cream. Have it ready. But first of all, while you're eating, you want to make sure that you're being present with it, and decide you're going to, for 3 weeks, just 3 weeks, see if that makes a difference for you. Because for this person that I spoke with, it was a complete game changer for them. It just, for whatever reason, it rewired their connection with the food. And so by chewing 40 times each bite, it slows you down, it connects you with the food, and it just starts to, reprogram how you interact with food. Right. Because most of us are just shoving it down, hardly chewing. And yeah, so that would be, I had a few other things I could have said, but that's the one.
We'll save it for the course. Matt.
So, join the course and we'll go over all of this and more. But that was a game changer for this person that I know who struggled with food addiction. So I hope maybe that will help you guys as well.
Oh, so much I want to say. So first of all, yeah, there's a lot more, and that's what we're going to go into in the course. That's number 1. You can click the link below to check it out. Number 2 is that it's not easy, guys. None of this is easy because, like Matt said about the 3 weeks and forming new neural pathways in the brain, life is reps. And we've put in so many reps of giving up, of choosing the donut instead of the grapes. We've put in the reps. So now we have to break that habit. And remember, change is like dying to the brain. So of course, it's very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. And by the way, if you join the course, which is starting next Sunday in 1 week, I am going to offer it to anyone. And I don't know if anybody might be interested in this, but it would be a dream of mine. If somebody needs or wants me to eat with them on FaceTime, when they're having a craving for unhealthy food, when they want to order a pizza, or when they want to eat ice cream, you can call me anytime. And I know exactly what is going to help you, because I was there. I know exactly how to talk you down from that and how to help you choose a better option. And then once you put in 6 weeks of reps, you can fly on your own and be the fruity hoe that I am going to hopefully inspire you to be. No, just kidding. Yeah. So yeah, that's absolutely an option in the course. We can eat together anytime. The hardest part, like Matt said, is at night. That was always my hardest part, because I was super healthy during the day. Everyone thought I was the healthiest person on earth. And it was so embarrassing because I was overweight and I had really bad acne. And yeah, once in a while, people did ask me. I blocked it out of my memory. But I remember people asking me, like, how do you eat so healthy and you're, not so skinny? Like they tried to say, how are you fat and you eat, you just eat salad every time I see you. Well, yeah, that's because it was an addiction and I was trying to hide it. But when you're eating, you can't hide your addiction like you can with alcohol or smoking. Okay. When it's a food addiction, it's obvious. And so I'm going to say my number 3, but I wanted to just acknowledge the amazing, beautiful people in the chat. Tessa. Yes. Oh my God. First of all, Matt, I love when people quote me. It's not good to quote me, but I love when people quote me. So Tessa says, quote, "Unfortunately for the Snicker Brownie Company, you've put in too many reps," the Misfit Vegan podcast. Okay. Cause I think I did a podcast on how I saw a Snicker. They have Snicker brownies now in Walgreens. I was buying batteries for my mic the other day. And like, there's a Snicker brownie now. Cause I was obsessed with Snickers. Oh, like the ice cream Snickers, the regular, I had a Snickers every day, all day. Like, oh, you don't even know. Check out my podcast, guys, to hear what I used to do with food. But anyway, yeah, thank you, Tessa, for quoting me. Okay, next, Caroline. "I can't imagine Jeannette being afraid to stand up for herself. You come across so brave." Yeah, absolutely. So confident, so brave. You know why? Because this is who I want to be. Online is who I want to be. And I'm working towards being that. Like, I have an alter ego. Her name is Ms.FitVegan. And she is beautiful and sexy and confident. That's not me in real life. It's getting to be me because now I'm putting in so many reps. I'm going live. I'm making all these videos. I'm making all these reels. I'm doing these photo shoots and things like that. And I'm putting in the reps of who I want to be. And that is a great metaphor for life, guys. Okay. So still have issues with expressing myself because, it's always going to be there. That fear that if I tell people how I feel, they won't like me anymore. That's always going to be there. But now I do it anyway. I do it scared. I do it shaking. I do it, on the phone. Like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I'm saying this, and I practice with Awa. I practice with my best friend. So find somebody you can trust and practice being honest with them. I remember, the first time that I really told Awa something that was really uncomfortable. I literally thought she was never going to talk to me again. And this is like, I don't know, a few years ago. I don't know. We have these stories in our head, guys. That's not true. It's not real life. It's habitual thought patterns. Okay. And the next comment real quick is, "You're amazing. I've learned so much from you." Thank you so much. Thank you. 40. He thought he was somebody because Matt said chew 40 times and 40's like, oh, by the way, I say 30 times. I tell my clients 30 times in the beginning. Because 40 is like insane, but, hey, 40, if that you boo, do 40 if you can. That's way better than 30. I was going to say, I always wanted to, so I have a dream of being on Shark Tank, guys. And I have so many things I want to invent. Like I have a whole list of things that I could invent. And one of them is a fork. Nobody steal my shit now. It's a fork that talks to you and tells you, "Put me down 30 times, chew 30 times." And then you could press the button and it will tell you affirmations in my voice. I don't know. I had an idea with a mirror too that did that too. But yeah, okay. I don't know why I'm sharing this. Oh yeah, wait, I'm supposed to do my number 3. Anything you want to say, Matt, before I go into number 3?
No, I'm just writing down this fork idea. Sure.
Yes, yeah. And then say these were good ideas. I said they were ideas. Okay, here we go. Number 3, begin the journey of feeling good enough. Well, this is the pierre de resistance of your life. Okay. Did I say it right, Awa? At the end of the day, all of our issues come down to not feeling good enough. All of them. Our weight issues, our self-esteem issues, our all of it. You got issues, boo. I don't have to name your issues. You know your issues. So imagine. I'm talking to everybody here. Everybody here. At the end of the day, it's because we don't feel good enough. So this is my biggest quest in life. Okay. Now that I've mastered the raw food diet, because I was on a quest to be healthy and lose weight. And now that I did that and I cleared my skin and I wear this wig, now I say to myself, okay, well, how can I start to feel good enough? Because I'm just always obsessed. Me and Awa always talk about this. Like, how do I break this cycle of not feeling good enough? How do we do it? So I figured out that there's simple things you can do. Jim Rohn said, life is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Okay. And what's easy to do is also easy not to do. So I'm going to tell you some simple things that you can do. And it's easy and it takes a minute, but it also is easy not to do them. You choose. You want to live your life never having the body and the confidence and the skin and the career and the bank account that you want. Well, okay, don't do anything to change it. But if you want to break this habit of eating things that are not healthy for you, then here's how you start. You go in the mirror, and it's very simple. It's not easy, but you go in the mirror and you look into your own eyes and you say, I love you. I really, really love you. And by the way, the first time you do this, you might cry, or you might leave the bathroom immediately, or you might get angry, or you might just like think it's so stupid and so dumb. Well, guess what? It's dumb to be ruining your life because of processed food. That's dumb. To make decisions that hurt you and cause disease in your body and make you feel in a shitty mood, because food is mood. And so then you can't show up good at work, and you can't be there for your family the way you want to be. Okay, you can't be the person you want to be, and you can't look the way you want to look because of these choices. Well, that's dumb too, boo. So how about you go in the mirror and be dumb and get a goddamn good result out of it? Sorry. So sorry. So let me finish. Matt almost said something. He said,
That was good. That was good.
So here we go. Mirror work. I love you. I love you. I love you. Just start saying that every time you go to the bathroom. And if you're eating a healthy raw vegan diet, you're going to be peeing all the time. Like right now, I have to pee like a motherfucker. Next, affirmations. Oh, something just exploded. Okay. Affirmations. Saying, I can do this. I can do this. I love eating fresh fruit and veggies. Like I love eating, making these amazing new recipes. I love feeling good about everything I eat, because if you're a food addict, you feel like shit. You're not enjoying it. You're not enjoying it. I know you're not. You're like, oh, I'm indulging. No, for 5 minutes, it tastes good. And then for 23 hours and 55 minutes, you feel like shit. You feel like shit inside and outside. Because, well, you look like shit outside. You feel like shit inside. But what I meant to say, Matt, was that you feel like upset, guilty, stupid. You feel like, oh, what's wrong with me? Okay. And you also get like really bad indigestion and gas and bloating and all the things that come with eating this toxic substances, food-like substances. Anything that is not a fruit, vegetable, nut, seed, or grain, anything that is not found in nature is not food and not safe to eat. I know they're not going to tell you this in Walgreens, but everything you buy in these supermarkets that isn't in the produce department, that isn't found in nature, is dangerous for your health, is so toxic and dangerous. And there's immediate ramifications, and there's long-term consequences as well. Okay. Why don't we, Matt, can you tell them a few short-term, like immediate things that happen to the human body when you eat something like a Snickers brownie bar?
Yeah. You're immediately altering your microbiome. So the good bacteria in your gut will lessen, and the pathogenic or the less optimal bacteria will increase. And when that happens, there's less short chain fatty acids being produced, which means the tight junctions in your gut will loosen. And that's what they call it, gut permeability or intestinal permeability. And that lets products through that you don't want into your bloodstream, and that causes inflammation. So the minute you start eating processed foods like the brownie, the Snickers brownie, maybe, that is going to immediately start to affect the composition of the bacteria in your gut. So that's something to think about. The other thing that I was going to mention for one of my tricks, my practical tricks for this is, and it goes along with this, it's you want to visualize what the chemicals in that food or the ingredients in that food. Just like you really have to be aware of what is in the food that you're eating. Because once you see all the ingredients, if you're buying things, especially in a package, right, you're going to have that list of all these crazy words. Just imagine that being absorbed into your body. Because guys, food, we're basically magicians, right? This is like magic. We can take whatever we put into our mouth, it literally becomes us. So it turns from whatever you're holding into the very cells that make up your body. So if you can just visualize in your mind what it looks like to have those ingredients be incorporated into the cells in your body, and is that really something that you want to be building, your existence with? This is what we get around in the world, of course, obviously. So is that what you want to be building as your machine, your vessel that you explore this world with, and your mind? That's what builds your brain cells as well. So, everything that we consume seemingly magically converts into us, right? And so if you want to be the highest vibrational, clearest thinking, healthiest version of yourself, you want to put in foods that have the capability to allow you to do that, right? So that is one of the other tricks that I would say, is to use visualization, and again, be present with what you are putting into your body, because every bite matters. Every bite makes a difference in not only your microbiome, not only your cells, not only your thinking, but everything that goes into your life. So just remember, when you start eating these junk foods, you're creating a ripple effect that is changing your experience of life, and also what you're attracting into your life. So what we put out, we attract. And so if you're built up with processed synthetic chemicals, you might attract processed synthetic people. so that's just something to think about.
That's why I attracted you, because I'm fake. That's why I attracted yo fake ass to my life.
Yes.
No. Matt, as much as I don't like you, I love doing the show with you. Because you can explain exactly what I'm trying to say in a way that people can understand it. Sometimes, with these big fancy words, nobody knows what the fuck you are talking about. But the end part was good because it was all simple words.
Yes.
I could tell you read a lot of books, Matt. You don't need to bring out the vocabulary. I could tell. Yeah, guys, that's perfect. And I didn't finish. I just let Matt talk. I didn't finish my number 3, which is to, like I said, begin the journey of feeling good enough. Okay. So remember, mirror work, affirmations. Here's another great tip. Okay. We're going to end the show soon. But another great tip is make yourself proud. Now, how do you feel good enough? Because all of us, people ask me all the time, Caroline and Tessa and Dulce. Okay, people ask me this all the time. Like, how are you so confident? Okay, I gained confidence because I realized confidence is a skill. You're not born with it. Confidence is a skill. Resilience is a skill. Fortitude is a skill. These are skills. How do you get them? You make yourself proud, and you start small. Boo. You start small. So you say, okay, for the next 7 days, I'm going to say my affirmations every day, first thing in the morning in the mirror. And that takes 5 minutes, boo. And then guess what? You did that. So that is, one discipline affects the rest. You could do that. Well, guess what? Your brain starts subconsciously saying, I bet I could do something else. If I did that, if I made my bed, I bet that I could go around the block. I could walk around the block. I bet I could eat a healthy breakfast, and just start small. Start small, because if you are not making yourself proud every day, and then once you do that for years and years and years, you're going to be like David Goggins level, where you're going to have to do 48 hour, 4x4x4. Who knows that? You run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. You're going to have to do crazy things to make yourself proud, either way, guys, start small. And then, of course, over time, you're going to start pushing yourself even more and more, because you want to make yourself proud, and no longer, doing affirmations is a habit. So you're not really like proud. That's not stretching you anymore. Awa has an alarm on her phone that says, did I stretch myself today? Did I stretch myself today? The other day, I forgot what I did. Oh yeah. I sang on my podcast. I was really proud of myself because I didn't want to do it, but I knew I had to do it because I was afraid of it. So guys, do me a favor, write a list of some habits you can start doing today. And if you're already a disciplined person, if you're already perfect like me and Matt, then guess what? You're not stretching yourself. If you're not doing something scary every day, you're wasting your day. You're wasting your day. If your pulse is not racing, you're not alive. Sorry. How can I know if you're alive? If I don't feel your pulse. So do something scary. And what is going on here, Dulce? She wrote a message and then she retracted it. I need to know. I need to know. Was it about my boobs?
It probably was.
Final thoughts, Matt. Okay. So my final thoughts on food addiction. I mean, it's 1:30, but we didn't start until 12:30.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad, the timing. My final thoughts is that you cannot become the person. Oh, Matt. Oh, Matt left. Matt left the room. I look up. That's not even in here.
I mean,
I cannot. You guys don't even know what I'm dealing with. Oh, God, so funny. Matt, do we want to answer questions? Oh, no, we don't. Because guess what, guys? I have lots of questions. And if you guys have any questions real quick on food addiction, please leave them in the chat. We'll answer them right now. But guess what? Apparently, I don't know if Matt will show up, but we are going live today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram. Okay. We're going to talk about our course. And I'm sure, I have some questions that people asked me. Do I eat peanut butter? How do you stay so strict with your diet? Favorite book, favorite movie, TV show, whatever. I have some questions from my story, but if you guys have any questions at all, put them in the chat right now. We'll answer them real quick. Your podcast is part of my morning routine. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Final thoughts is that you cannot become who you want to be by remaining who you are. Write that down. You cannot become who you want to be by remaining who you are. I know you trying to change and stay the same. That's not possible. You gonna have to get uncomfortable. Like I said, guys, I had to start telling people how I felt. Very uncomfortable because I just wanted everybody to like me my whole life. I just wanted to be loved because I had an abandonment wound. You know, when you don't have a father or a mom, whatever, you don't feel like good enough and you don't feel like anybody wants you. So like if somebody likes you, you just want to make sure they like you forever. You don't want to do anything wrong ever. And it's like, you got to heal that. You got to reparent yourself. You got to take responsibility for your traumas. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, your childhood. We all have stories. I don't need to hear them. I got my own story, boo. Okay. I'm writing my own book, but do me a favor. Start taking responsibility for the way you feel and the shitty patterns and the shitty thought patterns in your life, because they're not what you're here for. You are here to thrive. If you want a different body, if you want different health, if you want different skin, if you want a different life, well, you're going to have to do something different. Simple. You got to do something different. And that's it. That's it, Matt. That's all I got unless you want to join the course and you want to because all these words are great, but the words don't mean shit if you're not taking action on the words. I could tell you all day long what to do, but doing, that's where it's going to change your life, boo. That's what's going to change your body. Not hearing this show. This show ain't going to do shit for you. You're going to do everything for you. Me and Matt can help. We can coach you because we have broken free from the chains of processed food and the addiction. Because even though Matt, maybe he didn't deal with a serious binging disorder, he was still addicted to processed foods because that's what they're there for. They're there to make you addictive to them. They're chemically formulated in a fucking science lab to make you crave them. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not bad or stupid. You're human. And I was addicted too. And so was Matt. And we found a way to break free. And we have 11 years of experience. And I know for a fact that I will never, ever, ever eat another processed food ever as long as I live, because I've broken free from the addiction. It's like an alcoholic that knows they will not touch a drink anymore. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this, Matt. I'll do a podcast later because I clearly have a lot more to say.
I'm going to watch that episode. Yeah. And so yeah, my final thoughts, I'm going to take from Jim Rohn. And, he says, and Jeannette, I've heard Jeannette say this before too, is you run the day or the day runs you. So you have to take proactive action in order to, make sure you're putting yourself in the best position to succeed. And that's where Jeannette and we're coaching people to help them understand how to do that. Like she just said, you can watch it. I guarantee you 98% of our audience is watching our show on a regular basis, but they're not instilling all of what we teach in their own life. And so they're still struggling. And that is why.
And I don't want to cut you off, Matt, but I just want to make sure and say we're struggling too, guys. Yeah. Okay. We don't have our shit together either. I don't know Matt in his real life. I don't want to know. But guess what? I'm struggling with a lot of things still. I'm not struggling with a raw vegan diet. I'm not struggling with my hair or my skin or my weight anymore, but I am still struggling. We are all struggling. We're still on our journeys to becoming our greatest versions. But I just want to put that out there. We have mastered this aspect of life. And if you haven't yet, boo, you deserve it. You deserve to be free from this addiction. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, no, that's good. All right, where was I going now?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you gotta put yourself in the best position to succeed. And okay, this is what I was gonna say. This is what Jeannette reminded me of. So I'm glad she said something, because it takes, the diet is the easiest part of all of this. What we're eating is the easiest part. It's our mental and emotional lives that are what make eating difficult, right? So it's simple to eat healthy, but it's not easy because of the mental, the psychology around it, our past traumas, all these different things that none of us were taught how to resolve and how to heal. And so once you can tap into, the successful path of healing those things and getting through a lot of the addictions and the old emotional connections that we all have, and the old, neurological pathways that have been set, we can reset that, but it takes work. And, Jeannette and I, it didn't happen overnight. It took us, a while to figure out why we continued to do things that we knew we didn't want to do. And it's really just about resetting your subconscious programming, understanding the power that you have over your life and the control that you truly have. And also about honoring your word to yourself and honoring who you truly are, and understanding the power and the divinity within you. You and I and Jeannette, everybody has divinity within them, but most of us have lost our connection with that. And that, again, why I named my channel Raw Intuition, because if you don't have that intuitive connection with your divinity and with your soul and with your dharma, your purpose, you will be ran by the day or ran by somebody else, by an employer or by a teacher or by a parent or by anybody. You give away your power when you lose that connection with your intuitive divinity. All right. So that is something that I would say is just a take home message, that we have to, understand that the eating, that's gonna come once we get the emotional and the psychological aspects on track. And the other last thing, again, this is from Jim Rohn as well. He says, don't mistake movement for achievement. All right. So a lot of us are just being busy. We just do things and we just feel like we're always so busy, but are we really making progress? Are we doing the things that matter, or are we getting stuck in secondary, irrelevant activities that aren't truly benefiting us and getting us to that next step, to our next goal, to our next achievement, to, releasing? Because again, it's not just about adding. We want to release the old stories, the old habits, the old addictions. And it comes with commitment to yourself, commitment to your word, and, just, again, everything that we talked about today, changing your environment, releasing some of those old emotions, really becoming aware of where these patterns came from. And so that, that's my final thought.
Yeah. A lot there, a lot of good stuff there. That's it, Matt. It's all about the relationship with yourself. The reason why you thought I was done, you thought I was going to let you have the last word. No, Matt. Oh, I love hearing my voice. I'm sorry, guys, but you can't stick to a healthy vegan diet because you have broken the trust with yourself. You don't trust yourself no more, boo, because you lied to yourself so many goddamn times. So that's what the course is about. I mean, yeah, there's lots of information in the course, over 500 recipes. We're going to teach you exactly how and what to do. But what it's really about is, repairing and mending the relationship you have with yourself. That's why you keep falling off your diet when you want to be a healthy vegan. You don't want to choose certain things, but you lie to yourself so many times that you don't believe yourself anymore. And you don't even know what you want anymore. Because like Matt said, we're busy work, or we hanging around average people, like most people are miserable, and they want other people to be miserable with them. So that's why come out to eat with us, and you're on a healthy vegan diet, and you're not trying to drink, or you're not trying to eat these things, but they need company. Misery needs company. And you're going to have to get new friends. And I'm going to teach you how to make new friends. And we're going to tell you the places where you can meet them. They're going to be in the places where you're supposed to be, which is yoga class, which is the gym, or which is nature, or which is a sound bath, or which is, Whole Foods, or your local, I don't know, Matt, where do people, I don't have any friends. Library, maybe the library. I don't know. Online, the course. You're going to meet your new friends in the course, of course.
There you go. Of course.
I'm just doing this course to meet new friends. You know that, right? Okay. Matt, don't kill me. We have 2 questions. Don't kill me, boo. Because you wasted 20 minutes of my life. So fuck you. Okay, here we go. Pushing Peace says, I'm raw vegan, but still dealing with past trauma. How do I get over that? It's hard to forgive certain people. Oh, what a great question. Mm-hmm. Boo. Oh, we're going to do this in the course, but guess what? Here's how you start. You write a list because, okay. There's a lot I could say here, but let me just tell you one practical tip. You write a list of all the people you need to forgive. And you actually do me a favor, shut off your phone. Just shut off your phone for 10 goddamn minutes. Can you handle that? 10 minutes? Shut off your phone and write a list and just sit there. And after a few minutes, you'll start to figure out, oh, wow, there's more people. There's more people. And it'll come to you. And every day for the next 7 days, I want you to look at that list, put your hand on the paper, and think of one person on that list. And I want you to say, I am willing to forgive you. I am willing to forgive you. And I want you to bless them. And I want you to wish the best for them. And here's the kicker. I want you to imagine and visualize them having the life that you want. I want you to visualize somebody that has done horrible things to you, that you hate or you can't forgive, or that has traumatized you. I want you to wish them truly the best and visualize them having your body of your dreams, your career of your dreams, your bank account of your dreams, them being in love and loving their life. And guess what? Do this every day for 7 days. Do it in the morning, do it at night. That's 14 people. I had 58 people on my list. Okay. And I didn't even know. It was just like one kid at school made fun of me and I still remembered it. And the next question is, so I hope that helps. Do that for 7 days. You will feel so much lighter. You will physically feel lighter if you do it. But like Matt said, what's easy to do is easy not to do. Matt didn't say it. I said it, but Matt 2.0 said it. Okay. Next question. Last question. Tessa, my boo, Tessa. How does one even know if they had a trauma? You're human. If you're human, you've had trauma in your life. Sorry. Nobody had a perfect childhood. And it's not our parents' fault. They didn't know any better. They had a traumatic childhood. Nobody teaches anybody how, I could go on. Oh, Matt, I'm scared. I could literally go on for another hour about what I'm about to say, but I'll keep it. No, more than an hour, Matt. But I'll keep it very short. And I'll just say, we don't get a user manual when we have kids. We don't get a user manual when we have a body. We don't know how to eat, let alone raise kids. So let's just calm down here, Tessa. You got trauma, boo. You got trauma. Okay. And so, listen, reach out to Awa. That's her favorite fucking thing, to help people deal with their trauma. And that's why she's in my life, because I don't want to deal with that shit. I just want to eat fruit and veggies and work out. Well, guess what? That's why the universe put me in a relationship with my best friend, to help me to understand that there's more to health than just eating fruit and veggies, which that's the basis. You got to get the diet right. You're not going to be healthy. You're not going to look like this. if you don't get the diet right. But you got to also deal with the stuff inside that really sucks. So great questions. Pushing Peace says, Tessa, it's hard for some people to understand that they have trauma, but trauma can even be like oh my God, trauma happens so easily, guys. I've studied it because I didn't know this. Well, Awa made me study it. But basically, long story short is like when you're a kid, you could be like just in the kitchen and the refrigerator broke and you're like in the way and your mom's like, get out of the way. Like she didn't mean it. And just that can stay with you forever. And you always think you're in the way. Okay. And so movies can traumatize you. Kids at school, a feeling like nobody told me I wasn't loved as a child. I had the feeling, nobody said you're worthless. I just felt it. So you're traumatized. Matt, anything you want to say about that?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even have to be from somebody else. We could traumatize ourselves from our interpretation of an interaction with somebody else that never even gave us, their intent wasn't to give us the message that we received. What we receive is our perception of our environment. And so if we perceive something in a way that is traumatic to us, like even something as simple as, you say something to a friend and they say no to your idea, or they say something that you take as hurtful. You take something they say as hurtful, even if they didn't mean to hurt you or they meant it in a nice way. It's really just how we perceive things. And so, yeah. And you got to remember, we're living in a culture, a society, everybody's traumatized. And like Jeannette said, when you're traumatized, you are generally gonna traumatize other people, by the way, because you're just reenacting the way that you've been programmed. So, teachers, parents, anybody in society grew up being traumatized, unfortunately. And so naturally, they're just programmed to treat other people that are in a position that they used to be in when they were traumatized in the same way. And so it's just a cycle that continues to repeat itself until we take the initiative to stop that cycle within ourselves so that we don't pass it on to the next person. So I just think that, it's not even a question of if you were, it's just, really when, and even that, it's really just about finding that connection with yourself again and understanding your true value and that true loving, disposition that you would have towards somebody that you care about, towards yourself, right? That's the big thing, is when we can start to treat ourselves the way and think about ourselves and talk to ourselves the way that we would do those things to a child or to someone that we really cared about. I think that's where the healing really starts, is that relationship with ourselves.
Yeah, teachers are the worst, Matt. Teachers are the fucking worst.
Yeah.
That's why they're teaching, because they can't do shit. Sorry. I had a lot of teachers that said things to me that were not true. Like, you talk too much. Like you're too loud, or you're too this or whatever. I had really shitty teachers. And that's why they're teaching, because they can't do shit. If you can't do you teach? But there's some amazing, I'm sure there's some amazing teachers, but I had some shitty ones. And I was just going to say real quick, two things. The 4 agreements helped me understand nothing is personal. That helped me with my traumas. Okay. I hate the word trauma. That helped me with my, whatever, my habitual thinking, my subconscious mind, which was ruining my life, thinking that everybody hated me and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't express myself. I could never tell people how I felt, blah, blah, blah. So the 4 agreements, please, because that'll help you a lot, Tessa, and everybody watching this. If you haven't read the 4 agreements, you read it so that you can understand that nothing is personal. Like Matt said, a friend says something to you and you gonna take it personal. You think it's you. It's not about you. It's their opinion or whatever. Okay. And last, I swear to God, this is the last thing I'll say. Daddy, our friend, Digitech Man, our daddy, he wrote a message and he retracted it. So I'm assuming that's definitely about my boobs, and that's okay because I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you, Dulce. Thank you, Tessa. And Where the fuck is Sherry?
That's a good question. I haven't seen her.
She has traumatized me by not showing up to the show, Matt. How can I possibly be my best and do my best if Sherry's not here?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Is she still on your channel? Refreshing?
She's texting me. She said, "Don't tell Jeannette." So I can't say.
I think she's on Raw Intuition's YouTube, just refreshing the page.
She probably is, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. I really didn't want to do this show, but I really did want to do it. But I really didn't because it's hard to talk about personal things. But you know what? It's needed to be done because somebody out there needed to hear it. Oh, sorry?
Sherry's here.
Where? She here?
Yeah.
Wait, but I didn't see OS. Oh, so Sherry just watching us. Oh, she used to comment and say how beautiful and amazing I was. I'm not going to take it personal. Okay, I love you, Sherry. I'm just joking. Nice trees, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, these are mine. Oh my God, I have a crazy story about that, Matt. I'll just tell you later on IG. Guys, if you want to hear the story about Matt's trees, I have a story about Matt's trees. Come to our live. We're going to be live on Instagram today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you there on both of our channels on Instagram. Okay. Thank you so much, Matt. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for being here. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching the Raw Misfit Show. Tune in next week for another exciting episode.